welcome to the channel. Welcome to Erik Talks. I'm Erik. Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Seiko SNKK52, the Seiko Nautilus. And believe it or not, this is not the first time that I make a video of this watch. This was actually my first video ever released. And the reason that I'm making this video is because this video has been super popular in my channel. So I think it deserves a little bit of more justice. This is one of the reasons that made me start my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna be talking about what it is to actually own this watch, the things that you should know before you buy it, and the few things that I have to do in order to keep this watch looking as good as new. If you're watching this video, you probably love the look of the Patek Philippe Nautilus, but you cannot afford the astronomical price that that watch is going for nowadays. One of the things that I really like about the watch, guys, is that it offers a lot of the things that I like about the Patek Philippe Nautilus, and that is the integrated bracelet and the shape of the case. And the good thing about this watch, guys, is that it being a Seiko, you know that this is gonna be a good, reliable watch that you're gonna be able to keep for many years to come. Alright guys, and now that we know this, let's take a closer look at the watch. Here we have it. This is the Seiko SNKK52. It was released in 2017 and it's currently discontinued. The crystal is made out of Harlix crystal, which is the crystal that Seiko uses on pretty much a lot of their watches. It's scratch resistant, but it's not as good as sapphire crystal. The bracelet is made out of folded links, which in my opinion, I don't like that much because it makes the watch feel a little bit cheap and flimsy. I'm also not a fan of the clasp, and that's because it's a press down clasp. I don't know, I wish they would have done something nicer, but this being a Seiko 5, I think Seiko 5s are pretty much the cheapest option when it comes to buying a Seiko watch. So I think I'll let it slide. The case diameter of this watch is 35.5 millimeters and it's 6.8 millimeters thick. So this watch is super slim. Also, you have a see-through case back, a nice little detail. So I've said this in the past and I'm gonna say this again. I'm not a fan of the gold plating in this watch. It looks way too yellow for me. Right here I have two other Seiko watches that are gold plated as well, and I'm gonna use them as a reference of what I mean by this. I'm not sure if the camera can really capture the gold tone, but if you can see, these other two watches are a little bit lighter in coloration. This is way too orange for me, and sometimes in certain light conditions it makes it look kind of cheap. And here you have it, guys. This is how it looks on my 7-inch wrist. In my opinion, it looks super classy. It looks really nice. And believe it or not, a lot of people get this watch mistaken by a Rolex. I do not see why they would do that, but I get that a lot every time that I wear this watch. It gets me a lot of compliments. 7-inch wrist, Seiko SNKK52. I mentioned this in the past and I'm gonna mention this again. This watch is a scratch magnet. It being so shiny and polished, especially around the bezel, it gets a lot of scratches. So I recommend you to store it in a place that you know that is not gonna be rubbing against any fabrics or anything. Usually I recommend a watch roll like this, a good way to store it, and it has kept my watch looking good for a few months now. Another thing that I recommend is not to store it near black fabrics or colored fabrics, because in the past I've seen that the gold plating tends to stain with gold fabric and it starts looking a little bit darker. Believe it or not, my solution has been toothpaste and a toothbrush. And right here, I'm gonna leave you a video of how I take care of this watch. I don't recommend it to do it as often, but if you feel the need to clean your watch, I think this is a good option. Just be really careful not to get water into this watch. And now that you know the things that I don't like about the watch and the things that I really like about the watch, I just want to say that yes, I totally recommend you to buy this watch. I think it's an awesome looking watch, but sometimes the $200 price tag I think is a little bit elevated for pretty much the watch that it actually is. Since it says that it's been discontinued, I think if you come across this watch, it's something that you should totally consider. And if you have the opportunity, grab one of these. Just be extra careful with how you treat this watch, and hopefully if you get it, you enjoy it. And if you already own it, congratulations to you. You have an awesome looking watch. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video and if you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.